And now, Real Estate Today with Jackie Molhotra.
Hello everybody, and welcome to our second show of Real Estate Today. I am your host, Jackie Molhotra, and today we will have Yvette Mancebo from Davenport Properties talking a little bit about the key to a successful listing, things that our sellers need to do to prepare themselves, as well as what an agent does for you. So stay tuned, and we will be right back with Yvette Mancebo from Davenport Properties.
Back to Real Estate Today with Jackie Molhotra.
Welcome back to Real Estate Today. This is our second show here, so thank you for joining us. I have Yvette Mancebo here with us today from Davenport Properties. Hi, Yvette.
Hi.
How you doing today?
I'm good.
Good. So, Yvette, tell us a little bit about when you got into the real estate business and your background in real estate.
I've been a realtor for about 10 years,
Okay.
I guess 10 years, and I've been with Davenport Properties for 4 years.
Okay.
We do, listings and working with buyers and sellers and helping them prepare their homes for sale.
Is this your dream job? Do you love doing what you do?
I love this job. It's the best. It's a great job if you have kids.
Right.
Your hours are flexible.
Absolutely.
And I love driving around our county. We have the most beautiful place to live here, and every day is it's just a wonder.
Not a bad place to drive around. If you have to drive around in your car while you're working,
right.
It's a beautiful place, right?
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
So today I'd like to talk a little bit about the key to a successful listing. So I know there's a lot that goes into a listing when you're getting something prepared, and there's certain things that a client wants to know, what you're going to do for them, and then there's certain things that clients need to know from us as a realtor, what they need to do to enhance their property to put it on the market.
Right.
So what are some of the things that you suggest to your clients who are getting ready to list their home?
Well, the first thing we do is, going to their home, an on-site visit, and looking at their furnishings and looking at how we're going to market their home for the best possible sale.
Right.
The fastest sale, or whatever their needs are.
Right.
And it can be challenging because people are, they're comfortable in their homes, and that's how they live, and you often have to have that uncomfortable point where you have to tell them they need to declutter, or they need to clean, they need to do some deep cleaning, inside and out, and you have to broach those subjects.
Right. So talking about decluttering, because I know it's a sensitive subject, because some people may also think, my home's not cluttered. What do you mean I have to take everything off my fire mantle? So how do you approach that? And as the professional, I know that they're going to listen to you, but how do you approach it?
It helps to have two people with you.
Yes.
If I'm staging a home for, say, you, it's easy for me to be the bad guy, and I can say, you need to declutter this, and you being their agent, they're not mad at you, they'll be mad at me, as a stager.
Yes.
But as a realtor, you just have to explain to them that you're marketing their home to sell, and that living the way you normally live is different when you have the home that you're selling.
Absolutely.
So,
and when people are walking through your home, I mean, those little trinkets and things that are important to you are not going to be important to them.
Right.
So it's important to relay that to them. Yes. That, while these are very important to you, let's just kind of keep these on the sidelines, because you really don't want everybody who's going to be coming into your seller's home knowing every little thing about them.
Yeah.
So depersonalizing is also something that's really important.
Exactly. It's distracting. It's distracting when you have a collection of dolls.
Right.
Those are very specific, and a lot of people, don't like those things. So you have to just explain to them that those are cherished things for them. It's best to pack those up and protect them, and get them out of sight, basically.
Absolutely.
And that will help them, and that will help a buyer going through the home and not focusing on their treasures and how they can see their own things in the home.
Exactly, because that's really important when a buyer is walking into a house. They're immediately, if they like the house, if it's priced right, if it's marketed correctly, they're immediately placing their furniture in these homes.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're seeing family photos, then their mind is completely distracted, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Exactly. And what about animals? I know animals is kind of a tough and sensitive subject due to the fact that, I mean, my animals are my children.
Mm-hmm.
So I completely understand, a homeowner that has animals is not willing to, crate their animals or, clean up the cat pee or whatnot.
Yep.
So,
well, here's the thing that we say: if you can smell it, you can't sell it.
Great
it's kind
that
of harsh.
So true.
It's kind of harsh,
Yeah.
and it's tough to.
Right.
And a lot of people don't even know their home.
It doesn't reflect on the seller. It absolutely doesn't. It's the way of life.
It's just the way of life.
Yeah.
And so you just you just have to focus on the fact that you're marketing something to sell.
Absolutely.
And you just have to take out. It's hard, but you have to take out your personal stuff out of it.
Yeah.
And even like selling my own home, it was difficult. You have to bring in another agent and look at it with objective
a new set of eyes. Yeah.
And say, because you look at your own things all the time and you
get
used
think.
to it, and you don't see it the way anybody else would. So.
Yes. And so I know you professionally, and I know you personally, but so I know that you also do staging on the side of real estate. And so typically when, somebody wants to list their home, you would bring in an additional person to stage a property, but you kind of are the jack of all trades and you do it all.
Right.
So how long have you been doing staging?
Well, I think close to, 9 years about. I mean, shortly after I started real estate, we got into staging.
Okay.
And I love it. I'm passionate about interior design. I just got my interior design degree.
Oh, awesome.
So I
Congratulations.
like to, combine that with home staging. Studies show that 83% of homes that are staged sell faster than non-staged homes.
Wow.
So if you have a vacant home,
yes,
and it might have a space that is unclear of what it could be,
right.
Putting a desk in that little nook or a little reading chair, it helps a buyer see what that is instead of just a big space that,
absolutely.
Oh wow, it's too big, or what would I put here?
Right.
It really does help.
It helps them key in on, oh, this is a formal dining room, and a large table can go here. My table will fit perfectly.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's awesome. Cool. So then staging on the inside is a big deal, but what about staging on the outside? So let's talk about landscaping and...
Landscaping, it's tough with the drought going on.
Yes.
And you could have, some agents say...
I know what you're going to say.
Yellow is the new brown.
Right, right.
or is the new
green.
Yeah,
exactly.
Brown is the new green, whatever.
Yes.
But there's other things you can do. Paint your front door, put a nice pot of flowers. There's other things you can do besides a dead lawn. Having nice patio furniture, having it impeccably clean is so important. Get off the spider webs, wash down the sides of the house, the exterior, and clean the windows. And pillows out on your furniture, and make sure your tables are clean, and all those things. It's just a lot of it's just cleaning and common sense.
Right.
But arranging it so that it shows off its best assets.
Absolutely. And in turn, when you're the professional and you're the agent and you're going in and somebody's saying, what do I need to do to sell my home because I'm in a crunch. I want to sell my house in 30 days. I have to move. I'm going here. These are the things that you can do to get your house ready to list.
Right.
So not only you're working with these sellers and these sellers are working with you, but sometimes cost is an issue. So what are some of the challenges that you face when people are like, well, what do you mean I have to put $500 or $1,000 into my home to sell it to somebody else?
Well, if there are things that need attention, like say the kitchen cabinets are in bad shape. The kitchen is the kitchens and the bathrooms. Everyone knows is the most
big deal.
The big deal, and it's expensive. But there's things that they can do instead of getting new cabinets. They could have the doors refaced, or even changing out the hardware and cleaning them. A lot of homes I see
just wiping them down.
They have grime on them. You just clean them and oil the cabinets, and that does wonders. But it's those types of things that that they can do. Changing the wattage in their lamps. A lot of the homes, the professional home stagers, everything is well lit. And typically in homes where everybody's concerned about their power bills or the cost of lighting, but changing your wattage to like 100 watts in areas in your home makes everything brighter and lighter. And then when you have a showing, turn the lights on.
Right.
Keep all the lights on. Don't leave your room in the dark, and don't keep your drapes shut.
It's true, because looking at homes every day, as you probably do and I do, a home is going to stand out a lot more if the lights are on, the drapes are open, the sun is shining, obviously,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's
So,
well lit and inviting.
Exactly.
And,
So all of those things are very important when we're looking to stage a home. So stay tuned with us. We will be back with Yvette Mancebo here to talk a little bit more about listing your home and what a seller needs to do. So stay with us.
Back to Real Estate Today with Jackie Molhotra.
Welcome back to Real Estate Today. I am your host, Jackie Molhotra, and today we have been sitting here with Yvette Mancebo from Davenport Properties, and we are talking about the key to a successful listing. So not only on the seller's side, what a seller needs to do to get their home ready, but what an agent is going to do for you. So we've kind of wrapped up the discussion in regards to the repairs that sellers need to do to their property, staging, decluttering, depersonalizing things. So now we can kind of transition into once everything looks beautiful and is ready to go, do you recommend doing professional photos?
yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Having professional photos taken and then a marketing plan,
Yes.
which is flyers and brochures that we could have at the home.
Right.
And then uploading it all to, like, both MLSs, the Amador MLS and MetroList, and that goes out to, all of Northern California and
Right.
some of Southern California. And then Facebook and Instagram and Realtor.com and all
Right.
of those.
So you're getting, when you get a listing and when somebody approaches you, what are some of the questions that they're going to ask you? Are they in a hurry to sell their property, a lot of your clients, or are they like, let's see if it sticks. Let's put it on the market. Let's see if it sticks. We can move. We don't have to move. What are your clients?
I think most of them that I have dealt with recently they want to see, they want to get the most that they can.
Right.
Now that the market's recovering.
Right.
They want to see what they can get. And so nobody's really in a hurry, unless, of course, they have,
Right.
A contingency. And we
Right.
are seeing a lot more contingent,
Really? Offers. Yeah.
contingent offers, and sellers moving up.
Right.
So that's all good. And those have all actually, have
Worked
come
out good.
have worked out well.
Yeah. That's
So,
great.
so I would say typically people are not in a hurry. They want to see, what the market's going to do. And
Right.
unfortunately, that could be extra days on market if they're coming in higher than really where they were advised to come in.
Right.
So
This
it's
is kind
a
of
fine
a good,
line.
Yeah, this is a good segue into pricing, because pricing is another sensitive subject, and especially to a homeowner who's extremely attached to their home, and they've poured their heart and soul into their home. They've upgraded it, to the ends, and the market may not dictate a price that they want and of how much money they've actually put into their home.
Right.
So what are some challenges that you're faced with when you are showing them the CMAs, the market analysis, and it says your house should be priced at X, and they're like, well, we really want Y.
Right.
How do you?
Yeah, it's it's challenging. You
Yes.
can explain to them. They can go the higher price. I maybe don't recommend it because it's going to be the extra days on market that you don't want to have. And,
Right.
And if they want to move on, or if they're buying another home, then they really need to price it accordingly to sell and get through that transaction so
Yes.
they can complete their next one.
Because ultimately, it's going to come back down to what you as the professional have came up with, and that's not because it's your personal opinion. It's what the market's dictating.
Right, exactly.
So have prices in this area gone up in value?
Yes,
noticing?
yes, they have gone up. I'm not sure of the percentage,
Yeah.
but they have gone up, and it's kind of leveled out a little bit.
That's good.
There's the high end, and there's not a whole lot on the low end, and anything that does come up usually gets snatched up fairly quickly. So
Right.
It's still investors and first-time home buyers looking for those less expensive
Right.
entry-level homes to get into.
Right. Last week we touched a little bit on the types of buyers that are in Amador County. So we were talking about like the retirees and the first-time home buyers and the investors. What do you see as a professional as most of your clientele?
I'm still seeing a lot of first-time home buyers.
Great.
First-time home buyers, people that have been renting for years and years, and now they're seeing the market on the rise, and they want to get in
Right.
before it's out of reach.
Before it's too high. Do you anticipate the market going back to that unrealistic, inflated?
It was a little scary a few months ago as the prices started
Yeah.
to climb rapidly.
Yes.
And I thought, oh my, this is where we were when it all
Things.
crashed. But I think with sales, with valid sales, that's going to set the market. So
Absolutely.
that's what's going to be the comparable. So hopefully it all levels out and it doesn't just go sky high. And
Right.
the appraisers are now under a whole new set of guidelines.
Right. Everything seems like it's a little bit more fair.
Yeah.
And things are done the right way. Hopefully we've all learned, our lesson, and business is done the correct way for us. So that's really great. So now I just want to talk about, we've kind of talked a little bit about, or a lot about, I should say, what sellers need to do to get ready. So what do you do when you're meeting somebody for the first time, or somebody's referred to you? The questions. What are some of the questions that they ask you about? How,
Well,
yeah.
what do I need to do to my home?
Right.
And then they have to be open to hearing what it is that
That's right.
that they might need to do, and making a list for them, and then explaining to them that I'll help them with the staging. If their home is occupied, then it's a matter of like I said, decluttering and going through and moving furniture and
Yes.
Making beds and things like that. And
Right.
I can help them with all of that, and then doing all the marketing and getting the photos done, and then having an open house.
Open houses are huge.
Well, they're not so big here in Amador
Really?
County because we don't have the typical neighborhoods. But if
Okay.
the home is in a neighborhood, it's great to do them. It's a lot of times it brings in just the neighbors.
Yeah.
We just don't have the drive
Yeah.
in the market like they do in Sacramento.
Right.
Where that's just a big thing.
Well, it's a larger market too. Sacramento's like not really. And I know too that the markets are completely different. I learned a lot, in a week so far that the markets are completely different. We're kind of based on a job-driven economy, and you guys are not really. You guys have a lot of, retirement people coming in. So, anyways, well,
and instead of having an open house, which we can do,
right?
Having the brokers open and having the brokers tour the
Huge.
property is huge, and so having a nice
because they have those buyers, and they're like, oh, this is going to be perfect.
They need to attend the tour. They need to go on tour and know what the inventory is, and we offer incentives, and it's usually like a cash drawing or or something like that, and a luncheon.
Right. No wonder you love this business.
Yeah, I know.
Sounds really fun.
It's entertaining.
It's entertaining. You get gift certificates.
Yes,
you get lunches.
right.
You get to drive around beautiful Amador County. Well,
right.
that's awesome, Yvette. So I do want to talk just briefly about, since we've gotten all this wonderful information on, listing your home. And if you do want to list your home, please call Yvette Mancebo at Davenport Properties. She'd be really happy to show you a little bit around the community and show you what Amador County has to offer, and also help market your property the correct way. So I know that you have a listing currently right now that you want to talk about, and it is in Plymouth?
Yes, it's on Victorian Way, 9475 Victorian Way.
Okay.
And it's listed at $179. Really, really cute and clean. 2-bedroom, 2-bath, huge bathrooms, good-sized bedrooms, and very single level. So it would be great for a retiree or a first-time home buyer.
Absolutely.
Walking distance to the Plymouth Farmers Market. Plymouth is really just really coming up with some new restaurants and new businesses, and a big hotels coming in. So it is going to be the next big place. And
you can get in at such a great price.
Right, exactly.
I'm
$179. Yeah. It's a great price.
And I saw the front yard. It looks beautiful, and it's drought resistant.
Yes.
We have nice bark and beautiful plants in the front yard, so you do not have to waste any water here.
Right, exactly.
So this is a beautiful home. So please call Yvette Mancebo at Davenport Properties if you're interested in viewing this home in Plymouth. What other listings do you have on the market right now?
We have another one on North Pioneer Circle.
Okay.
Beautiful, beautiful home, completely redone from top to bottom, hardwood floors, and that's listed at $339.
Okay.
And that home has been professionally staged by me.
Awesome.
And so it looks great, and it's ready for a new family. It's got granite counters in all the bathrooms, in the kitchens, all new tile, all new travertine. It's just gorgeous.
Beautiful.
So,
and what's the price on this one
it's
again?
$339.
$339, and the address again is?
Oh, God.
You said the the name of the
It's on
street
North
is?
Pioneer Circle.
North Pioneer Circle.
Yeah.
So for more information on that, you can check that out on Realtor.com. You can also find that on Davenport Properties and call Yvette Mancebo.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining us. I really appreciate you being here. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
And now back to Real Estate Today with Jackie Molhotra.
Welcome back to Real Estate Today. I'm your host, Jackie Molhotra, and we had Yvette Mancebo on from Davenport Properties discussing the key to listing your home successfully. So I wanted to thank Yvette for being here today. And also, if you have any questions about one of the listings that we provided for you, please call Yvette at area code 209-256-2179, and she'd be happy to answer any of your questions. So thank you for joining us today on Real Estate Today. And we will be back here next week at noon on Friday, discussing probably current interest rates in the market. I think that's really important. So stay tuned with us, and we will see you next week on Real Estate Today. Thank you very much.
You've been watching Real Estate Today with Jackie Molhotra.